So a few years ago, I accidentally received a distress call. I was done with my homework, so I answered it. Now, well, I save the world. Who am I? I'm Kim Possible.
No, you ain't.
No, you no, you don't.
Hey everyone, Rascal here.
And Mama, welcome to our podcast.
Today we're talking about the just aired and anticipated premiere of the live-action Kim Possible movie.
Tonight, taking place during their freshman year, Kim and Mon make friends with a new student named Athena, and she eventually joins Team Possible. Now the new team must stop Dr. Drakken and Shego in their latest plot to end Kim Possible.
Again.
And Looney Cat said, "Well done," on Twitter.
You got a Looney Cat seal of approval.
Yes. So, we were really surprised when we first found out they were going to make a live-action version of this much-loved show.
Yes. And they revealed the two actors playing Kim and Ron. And they actually did a little joke when it first came out, when they first chose them. They had the original voice actors, Will Friedle and Christy Carlson Romano, dressed up as the characters, saying, "Oh, we are going to audition for the roles." And they're looking at them like, "No, you can't do that." And they're acting crazy and stuff, trying to act like the characters.
That was the best promotion for the show. Honestly,
Yeah.
It was the best promotion.
Compared to the other ones, yeah, because it gave the biggest shout out for the original show.
Yes. So, we're going to head straight to the meat of the podcast. The not so Kim Possible movie.
Yeah. Yes, we were very surprised just by, like you said, by the announcement and the cast. And as each thing was revealed, we were kind of nervous at the time of what they were going to do, because not that many live action adaptations of animated shows or mangas or anything seem to do that well or stay true to the original.
Right.
And here, they had the original creators of the show, Bob Shuley and Mark McCorkle, right with Josh Kagan. They wrote the movie this time.
Yes, and during the promotions and all of the articles and sneak peeks that came out during the time we were awaiting this movie, it gave the impression that a lot of things that fans loved about this show were not going to be in it. So the great thing is tonight we learned that just because it didn't mention them doesn't mean they weren't there. So that was a real nice surprise. So we're going to tell you what was great about this movie, what worked, and what could have been better. First, what was great?
Right. Originally we believed that a lot of characters were missing from the movie, but we found out that they still had Kim's dad and the twins, so the whole family was there. They had the grandmother in there as well. They had other villains mentioned, like Duff Killigan and Senora Senior. They did not make appearances, but they still existed in the universe, so you know they could be coming up at some point. They had Rufus, because a lot of people thought he was going to be out, and they still had Nancy Carter return to do the voice. And they had Patton Oswalt return as Professor Dementor. He reprised the role and then got dressed up in the costume like the character. And we also have returning Christy Carlson Romano, the original Kim Possible, as a cameo as a new character, Poppy Blue, who's a pop star.
Okay. So I guess now I'll say what did work. One thing that really worked, and I was surprised, is listening to Sean Gambroni as Ron Stoppable. He sounded almost exactly like Will Friedle, which was a nice surprise. And also, the actor portraying Dr. Drakken, Todd Stashwick, sounded exactly like the animated Dr. Drakken. You close your eyes and you'd have thought you were listening to the Kim Possible animated show.
Right.
Those were really great parts about it that I was really pleasantly surprised about.
Yes. All he was missing was his iconic Drakken's line where he said, "Kim Possible, you think you're all there, but you're really not!"
And also what worked, they kept them young. They didn't age them up. And as you said, there was still a cohesive family unit, which we really were happy about, including having the Nana, who will just make special appearances before. What else worked for you?
They did keep Bonnie, and they kept Wade. We knew Wade was just gonna stay in the computer room the whole time, so we didn't expect him to like leap out and help out on missions because that's what happened in the show. And Bonnie, it was first acted like it was her friend when she first appeared, and then you turn out they still stuck to the frenemy thing that they had in the show. Because they kind of threw you off at first. It sounded like, wait, are they friends now? But no, they still stuck to that.
Right. Also, what worked is, of course, Ron was still there with her as her assistant. I don't like sidekick, her assistant.
Yeah.
And also what worked is they kept the action in it, which was really great because I didn't think they were going to show as much action as they did.
Yes.
And what was really great was the battle between Kim and Shego, and then adding Athena. So we were really, really surprised to see that they did it, and they did do that well.
Yes.
That worked really well.
Yes, because just about every episode, if the two villains were in there, she'd always have some head-to-head fight with Shego, and that was always something to look forward to.
Yes, and as you mentioned earlier, we were very happy to hear and see Rufus. It was like, yes, Rufus in here. Yes, yes, yes. So those are just a few of the things that we thought were great, that they kept in, and that worked. And now...
one more thing, one bonus thing. They actually made a Bueno Nacho.
Yes, that was great.
They kept the little restaurant, and they had the nacho.
Yes.
So, that's great.
Yes, so those are all the great things that work for us. And now, to what you've been waiting for, what could have been better about this Kim Possible movie?
Yes.
I'm sorry, not Kim Possible movie.
Yes, quite a bit.
Okay, I'll start with the light stuff. First, we did not like that Ron was delegated to not even a sidekick. He was just there. He just seemed to be there, and he didn't have any input, and he didn't do any action, and he didn't do anything like he did in the animated show. He was just like there.
Yes, exactly. Because the movie wanted to focus on Kim and this new character's relationship, Ron was reduced to just being an extra.
Right.
Literally an extra.
Move it extra.
Yeah. And he's kind of, and here he's portrayed as more danger prone, which we knew he could get into stuff by accident. But literally everything went wrong whenever he was on the mission.
He turned into Daphne on Scooby-Doo in the original series.
Yeah.
He was danger-prone Ron.
And he seemed to be kind of lost. Like, he didn't understand he was in danger. Like, they had a scene where they were stuck in this tank with an electric eel. And he was just spouting these little facts about eels and trying to play with the eels. Like, Ron, you do know you're about to die because this eels were going to electrocute you too. And he just seems to be really out of it. The only time he seems to be himself is when he's giving friend advice to Kim. And that's about it. Everything else, he's sort of just not there. He didn't feel like Ron half the time.
Right, but Sean Gambroni did a great job with what they gave him.
Yes.
And what they allotted him. What he was allowed to do, he did a great job.
Yes.
Second thing, why was the original Kim Possible relegated to what seemed like an off-kilter pop star?
Yes.
That was so disappointing. We really were hoping that she would actually play the mom.
Yeah.
That's what we were hoping.
Yeah, and that would have been great because we saw a similar thing with Thundercats where they had the original voice of Lion-O play the father of the reboot Lion-O as sort of passing the torch thing. And then we thought that was a great thing. We thought that was going to happen for this movie as like, or even better yet.
And Will Friedle as her dad. That would have been perfect casting.
Right.
The original Ron and Kim as her parents.
Yes.
But no, they didn't go that route. That could have been better. Now, the people that played her parents, they were fine. But for us, the perfect casting would have been the original Kim and Ron voice actors as her Kim's parents.
Right, and that would have been one of the best callbacks ever.
Yes. Now, another thing that we were not happy about that could have been better is Monique was missing, blaringly missing.
Yeah.
You put Bonnie in and a new character, Athena, but where was Monique?
Yes, they never mention her. We assume since we know she's in there in the high school, we know they didn't meet when they were kids. That was Ron and Kim's thing. So we knew, okay, she had to meet her some point at school. But it was never brought up. She was never brought up. They never did a shot. That's the way other than one of the actors from the spin-off show. There was never anything leading to, like, not even like the last few minutes where it said, "Oh, hi, I'm Monique," and they can kind of, and you kind of know, like, the rest is history right from there.
Right.
They really needed that because a lot of people were wondering what happened to her.
And now that you mentioned that, let's go to Wade. Also being delegated is just an extra. He really didn't do anything.
Yeah.
You know, they mentioned that he graduated from college at 10. He was
Yeah.
excessively brilliant.
Yeah, all that
and
was
he
true.
helped her. But when it got to a critical point in this movie, because we're not going to do any spoilers, he couldn't do anything. And
Yes.
we were like, what?
Which was really odd because it was rare that Wade couldn't do something. It had to be like if something came out of nowhere in left field and it interfered with his computer or something. That's the only time he wasn't able to do it. But whenever they needed help hacking or something, he couldn't figure out how to do much of anything when they need to get into places. I'm like, then how are you going to do this if he can't hack?
Exactly.
He's a genius, but he can't hack specific places, which doesn't seem to be...
That means his degree was ill-gotten.
that doesn't seem to line up. There's like some type of continuity error.
Okay. Few more things for you guys. And you tell us what you think and if you agree in the comments below. Kim Possible, her personality totally changed. She went from being this strong female character that was absolutely beloved by viewers of all ages to this whiny, snot-nosed, whining, self-absorbed, show-offy, egotistical version of herself.
And it was really odd. I mean, we get freshman year. We get some stuff hadn't happened yet. And she's 14, so which is accurate for the age for when the show first started. But this is she didn't act like Kim Possible.
No.
She always said, "Oh, no, big. She can do anything." This not the drama. Well, she was the drama.
And the crying over a girl that she knew 2 days. Like, why is she crying?
She had more emotional support for the stranger than her best friend.
Right. So that was really, really confusing for us. And there were things we were watching and saying, Kim would have never done that. Kim would have never been a show-off. Kim would have never showed anyone up. The only time she did do it in the series is when she tried out for the cheerleading team, and rightly so.
Right.
But other than that, she never acted as if she was better than anyone else. She was never jealous of other people. She was always just ready to jump to help and assist and support.
Right.
So for us, especially for me, that was the biggest disappointing part of this movie, that they changed her to be a drama queen, which and she never says so not to drama, so I guess that was our clue.
Yeah, she only said what's the sitch. And two other things. One being Drakken and Shego. Drakken acted like Drakken.
Yes.
Different person, but he actually, like I said, he sounded like Drakken. He acted like Drakken with his kind of silliness. Shego always had sass. You knew she was kind of smarter than him in some ways. But in here, it's almost like she had no personality other than two snarky comments and following his orders, and then that was it. There was never any sass or shout-outs to the original show.
Now, I'm going to disagree a little bit here. Yes, you're right. I can't remember the voice actor who did her. She was originally one of the cast of Mad TV. Yeah. And she was also on King of Queens. I loved her voicing this character. But what we have to remember is the woman who portrayed her is the original creator, writer.
Yeah, she was one of the writers of the show.
So, what I'm thinking is she probably portrayed this character the way she always pictured her. And she really was excited about portraying her so that she could breathe life into a character that she loved and how she saw it. So, that being said, no, she wasn't exactly the Shego that we liked, but she wasn't bad.
Right.
And as you said, there weren't as many wisecracks, but the part she did do, I personally think she did well, and I was very surprised because I wasn't expecting to like this version of Shego. Right.
And I think the last thing I can think of that was probably a little bit of a disagreement with the movie. Actually, two things. One was how fast Athena developed. I know it was only a 90-minute movie, and you got commercials, so you can't drag on too long.
Right.
But the fact that she went from how she was when they first introduced her to near the end happened so fast, it wasn't really believable. I couldn't get attached or engage with this character because I knew nothing about her. I couldn't get a personality or anything. She was just there. This. All of a sudden, she's great again, and she, I guess she has low self-esteem. That made sense, and then it just kind of rushed.
And there were clues as to who her true identity was. Again, no spoilers. So watch it and see what you think. And if you haven't watched it, watch it and see what you think. And if you have watched it, forgive me, guys. If you have watched it, tell us, do you agree with our assessment of this?
Yeah.
What was the other thing?
They do many shout-outs, as they promised, to the original show, whether with dialogue, visuals, or everything. But two things they kind of were like they knew about the first coming backlash when they first announced it and stuff. They kind of added where they didn't have Drakken Blue in here, and we kind of wonder why. They just had like he was getting
after Will
blue.
Smith and the genie, it's probably a good idea they did make him blue.
And they said it was too cartoony. They wanted to make Drakken look more grounded and less animated. And then when people asked what happened to Kim's original outfit, they pretended they had the original outfit in the closet, and then she said, "What happened to the outfit? You don't wear it anymore." And she said, you don't want to get too nostalgic. It's we kind of wear the same thing every day. It started to feel like a cartoon. And it was like, wow. So the people that loved that outfit and that what made her Kim possible was treated as, we don't want to do this. It's not really that much. Deal with it. So
Nostalgia's clouding your mind.
Yeah, I was like, that was not really the nicest thing to do.
Well, it's almost, to me, like in a lot of these shows, reboots and remakes, they're all taking the viewpoint of the creators of Teen Titans Go, that you're sticking to the original version is just dumb, and you should just get with it and like the new version. Now, that's fine. They're creators, they have that right. But it seems like it's a real big trope now for creators to have backlash against the original viewers and to point out how silly it is of you not to just accept what they're making now and hold on to the original. And it just seems to be a trope that they're all using. If that's how they feel, that's fine, because we're not going to stop loving the original Kim Possible show.
Right. So we'll always have the original series to watch on DVD or on demand or on YouTube or something. We'll always have the one and only Kim Possible.
And we have on DVD.
And we also love that they kept part of the original theme song and tried to reenact some scenes at the beginning of the movie.
Yes, that's true.
Which was very awesome, and I'm glad that they did that.
Yes, so to sum it up, for 90 minutes, we were taken back into loving a favorite, Kim Possible. I keep calling this not so Kim Possible. We were taken back for 90 minutes to a time of your childhood and many other childhoods, Looney Cat, Bennett's, and so forth, and my enjoying childhood with you. Overall, I would say out of 5 stars, I would give this movie 3.5 stars.
Yes, that seems very right. So, let us know what you thought of the Kim Possible movie in the comments. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Did you think it was meh? Or is there something else you think they could have done to make the movie better?
And do you think with the way it ended, they're going to definitely do a sequel or another movie because of how it ends in the beginning? Do you think there's another movie coming forth? We do. What do you think?
Yes.
And thank you for tuning in for our first current podcast on something that actually happened the same day it aired.
Yes. So, thank you so much for watching. I'm Rascal Entertainment.
And I'm Mom Entertainment.
Have a fantastic day.
Pete.
Call me, beat me if you want to reach me. Ding.
And reporters sitting, flashing lights, trying to walk around, man. Who the hell are you? What you want to do? Well, man, it's on you. Man, it's on you. Met her in my dreams. She was my queen. A castle in the mountaintops, rivers and streams. Plucking sunlight from the sky in my pocket. Give it to you later on in the form of a locket.